We decided one daily segment wasn't enough for Bill Bush and Bill's Thrills, so we turned it into a week-long podcast recap. Here's Bill's Thrills Rewrapped, sponsored by Acres Equipment on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
So I have something that if we have to, if boredom sets in later, I have my Bill's Thrills football edition.
Okay.
But we're not doing that right now. We have made a complete change on this because I was able to live it firsthand in the incredible state of Nebraska. So my nephew and his wife, Laura, and the 3 kids were in the basement when they lost their house. When they were in the Elkhorn tornado. Took it right off right off. They had to get dug out. Wow. And my point of this is the incredible reach out from the group of friends that everyone has in this state and the rally cap that went on throughout this state. It is literally insane. My nephew and his family they moved in yesterday into a townhouse that had been donated through the church. All their stuff had already been got taken away. I mean, and everyone, the volunteers that were there, it was insanity.
In
Elkhorn, the tornado that hit, which was one, I think it was the second most powerful tornado to ever come through Nebraska. And the swath was 2 miles wide. If you look at some of the photos, you're shaken when you see it. It was absolutely shaken when you see it. Mm-hmm. And the number of, I remember, Laura, Skylar's wife, said she goes, I have pockets full of gift cards because people got their way in there and they were just walking the streets, people of Nebraska, handing out gift cards to people they didn't know.
Really?
To people they didn't know.
In Elkhorn.
Yes. And then also I get to thinking, what if I was living in Baton Rouge, or I was living in these places? I'd have a lot of help. But the help you have from family when you live in the same area, it's incredible. I had people calling me that said, I've got 2 trucks. I can be there in 20 minutes. I've got this. And I'm like, we kind of have things kind of under control a little bit. But the people that were willing to reach out, I thought was phenomenal. And so this state went to a whole nother level, which they've done it before. But what they have done in this much time, and I watched some videos on it last night, which was really, really good. So I just wanted to hit up the state on how they have rallied through this.
Beautiful.
I mean, just an incredible time. And to this point, no fatalities.
Is that right?
Just amazing. Just amazing with what everyone went through for the no fatalities. So it's just an incredible shout out to the state of Nebraska and what they have been through.
I bet if you drove over there today to Elkhorn, you'd be shocked. If you just said, I'm just gonna go drive, take a look at it.
If you saw it,
or Bennington,
you've seen video, but you haven't seen it up close and personal.
Bennington got hit. Some of Bennington got hit.
And
My
Blair,
dad lives in Bennington, but he didn't get hit at all.
Blair got hit also.
Blair got hit. Waverly got hit hard.
Waterloo.
Waterloo got hit.
Yes.
It was a 2 mile stretch. The swath
Garner
that
Industries
went through.
Garner Industries got hit hard here. Our friend Scott McLean's business.
Yep.
And so it was just remarkable for what the state has done. And then the volunteers, there's people just driving trucks through right now. They drive in with their truck, they volunteer, they fill it full of trees and debris, and then they haul it off to the tree dump. And they just there's on like a rotation going around, full time with that. So it's just really, really incredible.
That's good.
That's that. So
God, that's really hard to see.
Yeah, it was a horrible day for Nebraska, but you can see all these relief efforts is incredible. People helping out,
and with no one dead, it's just remarkable. There, it couldn't have happened. Thank God it happened during the day. Could you imagine if it happened at night? When that thing would have hit at night, there would have been no power. No one could have seen for 8 to 10 hours. No, instead it happened during the day.
Right afternoon,
right during the day,
3 p.m.
About 3 o'clock.
Yeah. My nephew sent me a picture. He goes, well, this is. He goes, this is our neighbor's house, and it was flattened. So we send back, we're like going, hang on, did your house get any damage? And he's like, well, yeah, we just can't show it to you yet because we're trapped in the basement. They had to get dug out. And then their house was completely flattened.
Trapped in the basement.
Yeah, just took a picture. And they're like, yeah, this is our neighbor's house. I can see our neighbor's house. And they got out, and then their house was completely gone too. And like I said, but just the kind humanity of this state, was incredible. Was absolutely incredible.
And by the way, to help if you're not able to go up there, you want to help out. Please text Red Cross to 90999 to give $10 to the American Red Cross. Nebraska strong. They stand with Nebraska and our neighbors in Iowa as well, who are affected by the tornadoes.
90.
Yep. Text Red cross to the number 90999 to give $10 to the American Red Cross for relief here.
Can I hit on one more thing?
Yes, Bill.
I'm going to hit a little football then. Can we go bonus football
Sure.
and for Bill's Thrills?
Yes.
I thought about this the other day with Raiola, Dylan. On one of the things that stands out from a long distance away is likability.
Yep.
He brings nothing upon himself of negative for his actions.
Nope.
Everything that he does is he is for the amount of press he has received, for the amount of there's pressure with that, all the different things. It's so easy to have that little bit of an edge that causes sometimes some not likability. Mm-hmm. And so he's made things easier on himself, in my opinion, for having a skill set, which is hard to have. Mm-hmm. But his skill set right now, one of the things that stands out, besides he can throw it, he can do this, whatever. I'm talking off the field on likability, through interviews, through how he interacts with his teammates, all those things. When you have that skill set, people just kind of overlook it sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, that's whatever. When there's a lot of people with talent that you just look at sometimes and go, wow, that's talent. But they're not likable. Really, they're really not. And it makes things a lot harder. Mm-hmm. I don't see him putting up any sort of billboard or that bulletin board information for opponents to build
or billboard
information, same thing. So you just don't see that happening with him. It seems, I said, he just has himself, very well together, as do all the quarterbacks. I mean, they all do. I'm not saying that's not any of the quarterbacks in the same room have all done the same thing, but that just stands out to me when you watch from a distance from someone that has. I've been around a lot of athletes, a lot of players that have come in as 5 stars or very, very highly rated, and it's fun to see how they operate within the media and with everything else. And I just think it's a skill set that is really, really been well done by Dylan.
So far, so good is the way I look at it with Dylan. And the other quarterbacks are like that too. Daniel Kaelin has a high likability factor. They seem very comfortable right now. I mean, there's no real pressure right now. There's a little, but not a lot. But yeah, I noticed Daniel Kaelin just taking questions from the media the other day at the podium and smiling. They're really precocious.
Yeah, and that's just
Good word.
And that's a natural skill they have. That's not one of those skills you just throw on somebody. Hey, listen, you're going to be likable. What do I do? Just do this. No.
I think they're trained a little bit nowadays. These kids, they go to these Elite 11 camps and they talk about dealing with the media, dealing with the public, and they're trained up pretty well, it seems like. They seem older than they are. You got to remind yourself that they're teenagers. But you're right. And I just say so far, so good. I mean, so far, so good.
There's a tough situation coming up, though. If you're Harburg, I'm capable of being a Division I starter. I've started and I've played 5 games. If I'm the number 2, then I'm the backup.
I don't want to talk about this.
That means your career.
You have to talk about it.
That means topic. That means if you're number 2, there's not a time. Well, I'm going to keep playing here. Then when Dylan leaves in 3 years, I'll step into it. He doesn't have 3 years left. Uh-huh. And so that's just part of the conversation. That's what's going on around the country.
I know.
I'm just talking about what's going on around the country when you're starting. And the quarterback is different than D-line, running back, all those spots. It's kind of a one base.
Yeah, you don't rotate them in.
There's not a rotation.
There
might be a package, a running package, but that's not how you're built for it.
No, and I don't want to hear hey, just play Harburg at tight end. Yeah. No, they got tight ends. Yeah. They got good tight ends. I mean, no. He's a quarterback. And I think that's always disrespectful to Heinrich, too.
It is disrespectful.
He's a quarterback. Drives me nuts when reporters would say, hey, what about moving to tight end? Oh, I'm a quarterback. How about you move to the garbage company?
Yeah.
That is Bill's Thrill, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors. Top of the hour next, an early break on the ticket.
Well, we went.
Floor is yours, Bill.
I appreciate that. And again, this is going to be a little bit above this. You guys will not be able to grasp this part. I don't believe you will, but it's something that hit me, and it's about communication. And it's just such a different time, and I wanted to go back to what I feel is better times. Communication, better times. The elimination of intersection communication.
Okay.
The elimination of intersection communication. Small town, better times. The Main Street intersection had an easel. Ooh. It was a 2-sided easel, and it was written on it what was going on the events of the day, the weekend, whatever was upcoming. It was in the middle intersection of a small town. When you would when you'd be driving through town, it'd be Legion baseball tonight. What time did the juniors start? What time do they play?
We didn't.
All these small towns have what we got tonight. We got chili feed 6:30 Lutheran Church. It would be up. It'd be on there like that. Pancake feed Saturday, 8 to 10. They would have, so it'd be right in the middle of the main street at the main intersection that you would have like that. Street dance starts at 9:30.
Easel.
Then easel would be like an easel, and you would write on it. You could write anything you want on it, and that would be at the main street forever. Any fundraiser would be on that. I mean, and the person who had to man the board.
Yeah.
Somebody had to man the board to be able to go out there and put on there what was going on that time. It was the main way to be able to do it. Like no text, no group chats, no Facebook.
It was before.
This is all before this. Yeah, this is how you found out what was going
like
on.
A group text.
It was like the first group text that came out was the easel in the middle of the street. Every small town had this.
Yeah. Now it's group text.
Now it's group text. Now it's like, oh yeah, we just like think about this also. It wasn't so much on an easel, but we found out like when the Little League game was canceled because of rain, when you drove your bike to the field and there was no one there. Because there's no game. Now it's like, no, you get a text an hour ahead of time for that. People, you're well aware of what was going on. But this is what made you aware of what was going on. Street dance.
You're right. That
chili
didn't happen in Beatrice,
pancake,
right?
No.
anything from the text line of the small town easel. And it was at the intersection. Every town that I lived in had this. This was a big deal.
Yeah, we got some response. Kent says it was always in great handwriting.
It was regal handwriting. It was
Probably
very
a woman did
but
it.
it was handwritten. Everything was handwritten.
Probably by a woman.
And nothing was like a piece of paper like typed and taped up there. It was handwritten of what was going on.
Yeah, so it wasn't a grease board.
There might be a grease board now. It could have been at the late part, but it usually was a chalkboard. It was a chalkboard is what it was.
Matt says in the text line, I went to high school in Wakefield, and the easel was a staple of communication during the summertime for sure.
For the summertime, for sure, especially baseball.
Staple
big for
communication.
baseball, street dances, any sort of feed that was going on. Chili, pancake,
Columbus had it.
anything. Well, you had street lights.
Yeah.
These towns had no street lights. These are all. This is a no street light conversation.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a no street
Yeah,
light
we had a
conversation.
pretty comprehensive
yeah, you did.
main
Yeah,
street.
you wouldn't have, like the main intersection of at Columbus there, where the two highways meet. What is that? Right at the crux.
Don't do that to me. Well, it's Highway 30.
Anyway, when you crux it up right there, you're not putting an easel in the middle of that. You just get crushed by semis.
Don't do that.
Anything else in the text line?
Yeah,
Jake?
Ben says they still do this in Loop City on occasions. Still,
Thank you.
Today.
They still break it out. Loop City.
Loop
They
City.
break no group text, no nothing. What's going on? I don't know. Buzz through Main Street. Take a look at the easel.
Yeah.
That's how you figured it out.
Someone says always on 2nd and Main or 3rd and Main, but always Main Street.
Always Main Street.
Always Main Street.
Yeah, I mean, Columbus does have a main street other than an intersection.
And also, you had to
They have a
kind
main
of
street.
swerve around it. It's pretty big.
Oh.
You had to kind of make a little bit of a turn around it to get back around it, and it was written on both sides. That's why it's at both sides communication.
Well, listen, Big Slim says Ashland still uses one right now. Coleridge, Nebraska still uses one right now when announcing town events, so it's still around.
Still, they're staying with it. I like that. Taking it to the street.
Yep. Let's see. Sandy from Beaver Crossing says, I coached American League Baseball in 2002.
American Legion?
American Legion, yeah. Not League. Not MLB. American Legion Baseball back in 2002.
Whitey
And we
Herzog.
played Dwight, and they had the easel on our game for the announcement, and we were treated like royalty since we were from Lincoln and came to town.
Came to town. The game was up on the easel.
Dwight.
You pulled through.
In
Not many
Dwight.
people know about the easel.
The Pender had one.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, that was a big thing for us. Every town without a stoplight had one. That wasn't something that was like every single small town had one.
You'd have to have someone monitor it because there could be some ne'er-do-wells.
There could be some funny things going.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that someone like myself and Duke and Chris Bowles didn't jack around with the easel.
Party
With
at
something-
Holly's.
You respected the easel.
the respect for the easel was so
That's
high.
important.
Even myself, who was kind of a shenanigan.
Right.
I never
No,
thought
you-
about.
no way. You?
It's true. And I never thought about jacking with the easel because you could have put some funny stuff up there.
You sure could
You
have.
really could have put some
But
funny
no,
stuff.
I could see you not doing that.
It was
though.
like
It's
the-
a community thing.
Yeah. And if your parents caught wind that you jacked with the easel, that's
Not a
bad
good
day.
look.
It's not a good look. No.
No.
Anything else,
knew
Jake?
better. You knew better.
Yeah, Pender still uses one, apparently. Gavin in Pender.
Is that Gavin Gallier?
I
wonder if
don't-
that's Gavin Gallier. I
Can
bet
you
it
confirm,
is.
can you confirm that's your last name?
there's
But
two
Gavin
Gavins?
and Pender.
Could
said
there
they
be
still
two
use
Gavins in Bender?
I don't think so. I think one wraps it up.
Weston Howell says they still have that right now.
Yeah.
Rock Valley, Iowa still has that
Rock
apparently.
Valley,
Up
Iowa.
in northwest Iowa.
So it's kind of interesting because you two city kids had never even heard of this.
I've never even heard of it.
Never even heard
Beatrice
of it.
I
was
don't
too
think
big
I've
for the
heard of it.
easel.
Yeah, and then the small town, everyone knows. Oh yeah,
We're not big city kids though. Columbus and Beatrice is not big city, but it's probably too big for this.
Here's how you describe a big city. Do you have an easel?
No.
No, then it's a big,
big
city.
city.
That's how it works. That's how you make the.
I mean, Columbus is bigger now.
That's how you declare it. It's how you declare the city that you're in. How big is it? Do you have an easel?
Easel.
To talk about Legion baseball. No, we don't.
And what else?
You're a big
like
city.
chili feeds.
Pancake feeds, dances, street dances, any sort. Maybe could be 50th anniversary, some sort of thing like that. So
The easel.
you can get anything you want on the easel like that, but there's only one. Not everyone you don't just grab the easel. It goes through. Hey, Betty runs the
Betty
easel.
runs the easel.
Get a hold of
You
her.
dare touch
Probably-
it.
Where's it at? It's at the newspaper. Go in there and talk to her. She can put it up for
Betty.
you.
Betty the News.
I like it.
That is Bill's Thrills,
never knew
sponsored
about
by
that.
Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors, Hour 2. Next, we've got the UNL rodeo team
Do
in
we
here.
really?
Nice.
Next, top of the hour and early break in the ticket.
We have the team.
Back to more of Bill's Thrills Rewrapped. Sponsored by Acres Equipment on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
These are things that I would fight you for. Can't. No can do. Too busy. My schedule is ridiculous.
That's what I say every day.
Do you know how important I am?
I say that too.
You have to dismiss me from jury duty. Oh no. Oh no. Everybody thinks oh yeah, here's your deal now. Oh yeah, we want a fair court system, don't you? Yeah, you do. You want innocent.
calm down?
You want innocent until proven guilty, don't you? Yeah, you do. Yeah, land of the free, home of the brave. Yeah, you want that. You want a jury trial for yourself, friends, and family. Right, that very much like not my job, but oh no, I can't do jury duty. I can't do it. Everyone tries to get out of it. Stop it. Every single person tries to get out of jury duty. You want everything. Oh, this country's great. It's amazing. Oh yeah, it's all great. Hey, you want to help do jury duty? I can't. No, I don't.
This is the best one.
I can't do this.
There's never been a better one.
I run a bakery. I make cupcakes every day for 20 people. There's no way I can help with
I got a
society.
family.
Can't do that. Oh, I would love to be jury duty. Oh, I would.
Would you?
Oh, I would.
You would sign up?
Jake would be the foreman. Jake would be.
I'd like to be at the jury duty.
Oh,
too.
I would love me and Jake.
You'd
would
like
love-
to be the jury duty.
I'd like to be on jury duty.
and
yeah.
I like to be like I want to be like murder for hire, something like that. Murder
Just
for
keep
hire.
going.
I
Keep
mean,
going.
oh yeah, everybody wants it,
Keep
but
going.
who doesn't try to get out of it?
Everybody
Everyone
does.
Every single person.
Pretty much
No
everybody.
way can I do that.
Right.
I am too
Oh,
important.
I'd be that. I'd
Yeah,
be that.
right.
I can't do it.
We have a live radio show.
I'm not going to skip 2 weeks of radio.
I got a live radio show. I can't do that.
They do pay you. I think.
They pay, and you can't be fired for jury duty. You can't. Now, if it's like, okay, what are you? Okay, I'm the only person that can do any sort of trauma brain injury. If there's an accident anywhere within a 500-mile radius, I have to be the one on call. I'm going to listen to that. Right now, would there be any reason for us three? None. No chance. Yeah. Oh, I can't. Got to make waffles. Can't do it. Nope. Serve
jury duty.
the
I've
people.
gotten out of it before.
Yeah.
I can't
It's-
remember.
Yeah, and think about it.
You're talking to me. I mean, I get it. You're right. I think most people would say, yeah, I try to get out of it.
No can do. All tied up that day.
I didn't know this bothered you.
Oh yeah, it does. Jury duty bothers me a lot. Them fighting.
You would
more.
do it.
Absolutely. I would jump up and down.
I've
to
never
do it.
gotten the mail. I've never gotten the mail yet.
I check the mail
I've
every
gotten
day,
one.
hoping it's me. I'm like,
I'd say
this.
15 years ago, I somehow didn't have to do it. I don't know why. I told them no, and they accepted it. I feel bad right now, but it's true. I'm not going to lie.
You
You
want-
didn't give them a reason at all? Just I can't do it. Don't want to.
I was busy.
I can see me and Jake showing up with a briefcase. Oh yeah, we would be. We'd have a briefcase.
go.
Let's
All
go.
right.
What do we got here? Let's talk
try-
this
what do
through.
we got
Now,
today?
hang on. Everybody, I can see them all walking in. He's guilty.
You'd be
Jake,
a pain.
hang on. Let's listen. Let's go through the facts.
It's obvious.
It's obvious
Come on, look
what
at his face. Guilty.
Is there anybody, get on the text line, is there anybody, surely people admit that they've that
You can't push back on this one. You
I
should
don't
be doing.
think you can.
should be doing jury duty, and everyone in the world tries to get out. It's
That's
almost
what it is.
here's the problem. It's almost like a badge if you get out. Oh yeah, I had jury duty, got out of it.
They still have jury duty.
Yeah, they got out of it. That's like it's like a badge of honor. You got out of jury duty. No,
That shouldn't be. No.
Jake, go to the text line.
We have some response to jury duty on the text lines, you might assume. Here at 464-5685. Kent says, I have done jury duty twice. I enjoyed understanding the process, and I would do it again.
Yeah.
Been called twice. He'd do it a third time.
Yeah.
He would do that.
Really? He's done
We
it
all know-
I thought if you did one, you don't do it again.
He must be
We
on
can
the
volunteer,
He must
possibly.
be on the contact again list.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ken.
I did. I thought it was a one-time thing.
Yeah.
If you did it, then you don't do it the rest of your life.
You know what he is? He's trying to make America better.
Yep.
That's what he's trying to do.
Bo Lever says, my years in corrections that tossed me out of jury duty.
Okay.
Can't do it, apparently.
Sean Callahan served jury duty.
How long ago?
And I'd say 5 years, and it was a major case. It was a highly publicized case with a policeman who's in prison now, and it was an experience.
Did
And
he
he's
enjoy
talked
it?
about. Yeah, he did. He enjoyed it. He
Wow.
thought it was cool. I mean, he thought it was interesting. Interesting.
Someone Sanderson says, I want very badly to be on jury duty. I would volunteer once a month if I
I
could.
wonder if you can sign up
You
somewhere.
can sign up. That'd be nice to know.
He says this, the one time I was called, the trial got settled, and I was incredibly disappointed. Never went to trial.
Somebody from the courthouse call or text in. Can you sign up to do it? I would think they would have a sign-up sheet,
I would think so.
right?
I would think so. Imagine if we were just us three are on the jury, just sitting there,
We'd be good.
texting each other.
I think we'd be good.
I think we'd be really good. We would be.
We'd be laughing.
But the
to be
people
making
that-
jokes all the time.
I don't know of anyone. I bet you there's been hundreds
You'd
and
give me
hundreds and
the stink
hundreds of
eye.
people that told me, got called for jury duty, got out of it.
No,
You know,
100.
thankful.
No,
Oh yeah,
100.
pulled a stunt.
Yeah, most people just don't want to
Ooh.
bother.
Don't want to do. Yeah, they're too busy. Yeah, they have to do that.
Texts are flying in. JR says, did it and loved it. Ellis says, great one, Bill. I actually love jury duty. I've been called 4 times, been selected to be on 3 juries. Loved it once I was the foreman. Awesome experience, and I hope to get called again. Ellis in Illinois.
The biggest revelation to me in this is I literally thought if you did it once, you're done for the rest of your life. You can do it multiple times. I didn't know that.
So they must know you're like a yes person. They don't fight you. They probably reach back out to you like, hey, let's get someone here that's.
Keep reading.
Someone says, a live remote from you guys from jury duty.
It'd be awesome.
And we're live
outside
here,
the
We're
courthouse.
live here at the trial. Here. Gotta keep a little hush over here.
Well,
I just wonder if you can sign up. That's what I'd like to know. Can you sign up?
Someone says, I am a lawyer. I've never met someone after serving on a jury that did not find it fulfilling and glad they were a part of it.
yeah,
It's a fulfilling thing.
Yeah, do it. Stop being that person that just like, I can't. There's no chance. You kidding me? I got to take kids to school.
Right.
Oh, really? Really? Yeah, just
There's a million things.
a million things like that. It's like
you can
no.
come up with. Everybody
Yeah,
can. come
everybody
up
can.
Ryan in Delaware says, in 2016, I literally jumped for joy when I got summoned for jury duty. It got me out of work. The sad part is the case was settled before court began, so I didn't get out of work at all.
Yeah.
I wonder. I don't know how they pay you, but they do pay you. I don't know how they determine.
Can
what-
you imagine at the other when you flip it and say, "Hey, no, I would have done it, but it'd have been horrific to be on the OJ case."
Yeah.
And in that, because you're getting scrutinized. Imagine that the whole world's watching you. There's 12 of you sitting
Major
there.
scrutiny.
They know your name.
Major scrutiny.
Who's that?
Yeah.
I know who that is.
Yeah.
I'll post where
Oh,
they
it'd be
live.
horrible. That'd be horrible.
And all those things. That'd be like, oh man, I'm in charge of something.
It would be
here.
pressure.
It'd be the pressure would be real.
Someone says, people are saying you cannot sign up. It is a requirement that is randomly selected.
Okay.
So you cannot just say, I want to be on that trial or want to
I have a
sign up.
hard time thinking it's randomly when someone's been selected 4 times. I have a hard
Well,
time
you
with
can
that.
probably say, would you want to be called back? They might say, check yes.
Maybe you go into a different, maybe
Yeah.
a smaller pool of randomly selected.
I'm not
but
suggesting-
it's interesting to know.
I'm not suggesting that you could sign up for certain trials. I'm just suggesting that you put your name on a list and say, "Call me anytime." Anytime.
Anyway,
Right.
I feel
That's a great one. That's maybe your best one.
fighting.
No, I
words.
got to mow some lawns.
Yeah, I can't.
Can't do it.
Can't I do it? Yeah, I do this like that. I'm a cook. I can't do it.
No.
Oh, I'm a teacher.
I'm
No.
simple. I
Yeah.
got to write.
I got to write.
columns.
I got a column to write.
Yeah.
On 3. Hut, hut, hut.
We have a text from Sam from Hy-Vee. Yeah, that's
Sam.
Sam.
Okay, Sam.
He says, I've been called twice. I was the guy who convinced the members that the person was guilty.
Really? Sam can be very convincing.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see. I would trust Sam as the foreman.
I sure would.
I sure would.
I trust you guys. Jake's a little emotional.
Imagine that with the hands out the whole time. Just imagine during the trial, just hands out. All of a sudden, the lawyer says something. Jake's like this, just looking at the lawyer. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Gotta calm down.
What an idiot!
Jake, calm down. Calm down. Everybody calm. Yes.
Yeah, Jake would be a little emotional. He'd be very organized, but very emotional.
emotional.
But he would be there early. He'd be very.
I'm ready.
He'd be ready.
Got my
very,
coffee.
very ready.
I'm locked in and ready to roll. Let's do this.
Better
Oh,
times.
okay. Gene chimes in. Completely random based on voter registration and driver's license.
Okay.
I have been called 5 different times, says Gene. Selected to a jury once, but my wife has never been called. I wonder how many people have never been called.
I've never been
My
called.
wife was called.
I've been dying.
She was
I
3
check the
years
mail
ago.
every day. So this could be it. I told Laura, check the mail. Just give me my shot.
Elizabeth was
Just
called
call
4 years
Bill.
ago.
Call Bill.
Elizabeth
3 or
was
4 years
called?
ago, but they went to try. It got settled.
Right.
So she didn't go to trial though. Didn't
Yeah.
get a chance to serve on the jury.
Okay.
She was ready to do it. She was going to do it.
You're going to kill me. That's what happened for me, too. I did not decline. It got settled. I was glad, though. I was happy. I didn't want to do it. Okay, that's what happened. Mine got settled, too. I got summoned. I got a manila
summoned.
envelope
Yeah.
in the mail. I was freaked out.
You
And
thought it was some sort of IRS, didn't you? Thought it was
or
the taxes.
something.
Something. I'm going to
Could
be
be something.
Or actually, you'll be in court. You're not the jury. You're the plaintiff. We'll see you in court, and it's not optional.
All right, that's enough. I get it. I go where you're going. But anyway,
Them's fighting words.
I like
that's
that.
a good one.
We thought we'd hit on a cool parenting tip. I think this is something that you want to try to ingrain in your kids. And it's going to be hard. So I had an interesting conversation in
gonna be
Tacoma.
hard.
I was in Tacoma a couple nights ago to speak at an event. And afterwards, I connected at Ronnie's Bar with some of my parents' friends. These are they're in their 90s now.
Really?
Yeah, in their 90s. Had a great conversation.
Monday night?
And they talked about how much fun they had when they were all together for, a great span of 10, whatever years. Tons of fun. And one of the things that came up 3 times, they said, you know what? We really didn't spend that much money. We were just doing fun things that everyone getting together. It wasn't that.
Tell me more.
So it led me to a cool parenting tip. Cash is calming. Cash is calming. Freaky fun was within your budget. Cash is calming. Freaky fun. So here's the thing. Everyone thinks expensive price of vacation on an event equals the finest of times. That's not true. It is not true. It is not true. The money. I want to be helicoptered in. I want to be helicoptered into. We got helicoptered into a lodge in Aspen, and it was the greatest vacation ever. No, doesn't happen that way. The most I've ever laughed in my life was on a fishing vacation.
Yeah.
We were in a cabin made of 2x4s and plywood. 2x4s and plywood, and I laughed for
Crude.
6 hours right there with Duke, Chalky, Brett, Shin Daddy, Mike Shipwright, and myself. 6 hours, the hardest laughing I've ever had in my life.
Really?
That was it. That was the vacation time. So it wasn't like,
Who was that, Duke?
what's that? Duke was there, Chalky, Brett Wall, Shin Daddy, Mike Shipwright, my cousin, and myself, 6 of us.
Chalky.
It went on for 6 hours. It was the hardest I've ever laughed in my life. And the cabin we were in was made of plywood.
Were
The
you
cabin
crying?
we were in was made of plywood like that. Best family vacation I've ever been on in my life for a one-night stay for us right there. A Holidome. A Holidome. Yeah, old school Holiday Inn
$120
in the 70s. Oh, back then, probably about, $45 a night?
Yeah.
So I guess you could do. You could swim in the
You
pool.
love the Holidome.
You could putt golf.
Yep.
All the same, one big Holidome. Had all the stuff set for
And I got a question for
Yeah.
you. This was the key of the Holidome. Your room, the sliding glass doors open to the
Holidome.
inside.
Yeah, went to the Holidome.
Open to the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And
Yeah.
you could go from the pool right to your room through a sliding glass door. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
incredible.
You want to play putt-putt? Yeah, I got it. How about shuffleboard? You want to do that?
You just walk around your gym
Just
in
walk-
your
swimsuit.
swimsuit.
All of a sudden like that. Hey, you want to finish that hole? Yeah, hang on. I'm going to go dive in quick. It didn't cost you. Oh, that set us back, like $9-10 $10. No, it didn't. It's $44. Most fun you've ever had. You know,
go dive in quick.
spring break. Went on spring break for $500. Really? Some of the $500 back in the day, probably what it was, $500-600. The most incredible time you've ever had in your life like that.
It doesn't have to be expensive.
But yet we think that magic is the luxury. That is beautiful.
Teach
Teach your kids that the greatest memories will be on budget.
Yeah, you don't have to chop her into Aspen.
Yeah. I mean, I know,
kinda fun,
and there's
but-
someone's going to push back. Somebody like going, yeah, we took the kids. It cost us $22,000 to go to Disney. That won't be your greatest memory, your greatest vacation. If you think about your greatest times, your most fun you've ever had in your life, it's never like, what's the most fun I've ever had in my life now? It set me back a couple years.
No.
But nope, that's never what happened. Or like for me, a lot of it is games, victories, places where it was euphoric type of thing. There's never been a vacation. The only thing I could ever think that would be worth, like, what would be something to be worth spending ridiculous money on? It'd be like, okay, if Johnny Cash was still alive and I could get him for $50,000 to spend a weekend with us at the cabin and just sit and play music, that would be cool.
That would be worth it.
That'd be worth it.
That might be worth it.
That would be worth it. But the other stuff, it's not. I've been on some vacations that were expensive.
Oh, yeah.
I've ate $100 steak.
Yeah.
No. I'd rather be at the Blue Moon.
going on Outback.
Yeah, I'd rather be at Outback. Exactly.
Right, with friends.
Anything come up with you? Funny? When's the hardest time you ever laughed, Steve? When was it?
I don't know.
The most fun you've ever had. When would it be?
Well, I was young. I mean, I'm thinking of.
Would it be when?
I hate to name names.
Would it
because I
be
leave people out?
when your buddy said, "Hey, Sip, jump in"?
Ross. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it didn't
how much
cost
did that
nothing.
trip? Didn't cost
Nothing.
anything. And you
Virtually
jumped,
nothing.
And you just wanted to jump
in the Gulf of
To
Mississippi.
and hey,
yeah, my
Sip,
brother's wedding. Yeah, it was my brother's wedding.
Hey, Sip,
Yeah.
jump in.
No, it was this. He said we're not jumping in the Gulf of Mississippi. The whole way down, I was going, hey, we got to go to the Gulf of Mississippi, jump in. He goes, no, we don't have time. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it because we just don't have time. So we stopped there, and we're going to eat. We're eating sandwiches, and I go, I got to go to the bathroom, and there's some outdoor bathrooms up there, And I went up there, and I came back. Hoss was gone, and he goes, hey. What are you waiting for? And he's
in the water.
He was in the Gulf. But it didn't cost anything.
It didn't cost anything.
No, we had sandwiches in the trunk.
In the trunk.
That's what we were eating. I mean,
Yeah, better times.
better time. And it didn't. You're
Jake,
right, though.
anything
It didn't
from you?
cost anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I've had a lot of good times where I've laughed, but probably just at
You
the
and
lake.
Seth?
Yeah, I mean, just playing golf.
You and Seth?
Yeah, it doesn't cost that much money to play golf.
No.
$50 to play golf. We've had some great times. A lot of times we yell at each other also, but we had some great times in the golf course. Out in Friend, Nebraska, me and Seth had some great times going to Friend, Nebraska.
You just think
golf
of
course.
Think of road trips, this, that, you name it.
A lot of times,
everything. There's never a time when you really go down like, tell me your greatest time of your life. Well, we went on a vacation.
Right.
Now it did. It cost us $28,000.
No.
To do that. No.
It's usually
that's
not that way.
People you're with. Anything that the text people agree or disagree.
Here's some response from the text line. A lot of the stuff comes back to the Holodome.
The Holodome was
Good.
incredible.
It was a good. That was beautiful.
Sean in Omaha says, yes, Bill, we would spend a weekend at the Holodome in Kearney in the 80s. Best time. Swimming, arcade, shuffleboard,
Elephant's Eye.
Godfather's Pizza.
Yes.
Goal.
Yeah.
Who in Columbus?
Bert!
Catfishing on the river with my brother. 30 beers and some bait.
Yeah. Think about that. Best time you ever had.
Oh, no. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just used to go out on the
Loop. Yeah. Going fishing.
And, just screwing around.
Yeah.
That was.
You're
right.
The drive up.
No money.
The drive up on a fishing trip, just driving wherever you're going in the car, was as hilarious of time with like 5 or 6 of your buddies and talking through it. My dad was in the cabin that night, and the next day we looked at us like, what happened last night? It was 6 hours of
uproarious laughter.
Ridiculous. And Duke holding court. Duke
hold court?
Yeah, he holds court. There's a lot of Duke stories.
Yep.
Some we can't tell.
Hoss is like that.
Troy says the elephant's eye. Oh Lord, on the text line.
Oh,
Oh Lord,
elephant's
Troy
eye.
and Lee.
That was part of the. You go up there, and you can get like a hurricane or something like that up there in the elephant. It was a bar. It was built like a tiki hut.
Oh.
And you walked up into it, but it overlooked the pool. And let me ask you this: can you smell the Holodome right now?
Yes.
Oh, you can smell it. The chlorine.
Yep.
Oh, and you walk.
It's hot.
It's very hot.
Yeah.
And you were a kid, like I said. And you slid the window open and the door open. And
the sliding glass door.
Sliding glass door, and you just be in your shorts.
Yeah.
And you're
Just walking around.
Just walking around.
Dripping.
Yeah, just walking in and out.
Yeah.
In and out. God.
See, this was the New World Inn in Columbus. It wasn't the Holodome. No. Columbus had one though, and we went to it.
Couple more. Husker Mike in Waterloo says 100% agrees. Simple vacations are the best. All about the people. It's all about the people.
Yeah, people too.
Laughs.
Laughs. It's not about the luxury. It's not like,
Doesn't
what do you
have
guys
to be.
think? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get about 10 people together. We're going to spend $400,000 on this vacation. It'll be
We're going
epic.
to the Caribbean.
It'll be epic.
Resort.
No, it won't. It won't be epic. It won't be. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. It
It
won't
says
be
the
epic.
best nights are after 10 with a deck of cards and a case of beer on an old
Yes.
table.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
That's a good
Play
one.
some blackjack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Better times.
Just plain blackjack. You don't even need. I mean, I hate to say this because some people disagree, but I really don't need booze. I mean, blackjack's just fun to play.
Dave and Fulton. By the way, I have a gift from you guys from Dave and Fulton.
nice.
Thanks,
We like
thanks for the
gifts.
gifts. I forgot to give it last week, but Dave says potluck at the Wausau Park with aunts, uncles, and cousins. Play games and sit around in lawn chairs. Better times.
Yeah. Better
Lawn
times.
chairs.
Better
Lawn
times.
chairs.
It's not about the
inexpensive.
luxury. You have to have cash. Yeah, like I said, cash is calming because that helps you. We need to have okay, I have a job that has insurance and this and all those things. I get that, but the other part of it, it's always 100%. The top 100 times in my life have nothing to do with money.
Oh.
Nothing to do
Interesting.
with it.
I'm trying
top
to think
100
of that.
times.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
right.
One last time, Bill. Your headline, please, for today. Sorry,
Get my glasses.
your mid drink there.
Cash is calming. Freaky fun is